They seem so secure, calm, grounded, available. They say the right things. They don't play games. So why, 3 months in, 6 months in, does it feel exactly like every other relationship you've had? Because there is a difference between someone who is secure and someone who is performing security. And today we're going to show you exactly how to tell them apart. Here's the trap. If you've spent years in anxious or avoidant attachment, relationships full of uncertainty, intensity, hot and cold, someone who is simply calm and available will feel like a revelation. They text back. They don't disappear. They say, "I like you," without making you decode it. After what you've been through, this feels like security. But here's what you're actually seeing. Someone's behavior in the early phase of a relationship. The phase when everyone is on their best behavior. The phase when nothing real has been asked of them yet. A person performing security can maintain the performance easily, right up until the moment it costs them something. Until there's a conflict, until you need something they find uncomfortable to give. Until the relationship gets deep enough that their actual attachment wounds get activated. That's when you find out who you're actually with. Security is not a personality trait displayed in calm waters. It is a capacity revealed in storms. Anyone can seem secure when nothing is being asked of them. There are 5 moments, 5 specific stress tests, where performance security and genuine security look completely different. Pay attention to all 5, but especially the last 2. 1. How they handle your needs. Performing. They're warm and attentive when your needs are easy, fun, low cost, comfortable. But when you express something that requires effort or discomfort, when you say, "I've been feeling disconnected," or "I need more reassurance right now," they get visibly uncomfortable. They minimize it. They redirect. They make you feel like the problem for having the need at all. Capable. They can be imperfect in the moment. They might need time to process, might not say exactly the right thing, but they come back to it. They take your needs seriously even when it's inconvenient. They don't make you feel shame for having asked. 2. How they handle conflict. Performing. They avoid conflict entirely, which can look like security when it's actually conflict avoidance. Or they engage in the conflict, but at some point cross into contempt, stonewalling or weaponizing information you shared in vulnerable moments. The argument starts about the dishes and ends with them using your childhood wounds against you. Capable. They can fight, sometimes badly, but they don't fight dirty. They don't use your vulnerabilities as ammunition. And critically, they repair. After the conflict, they come back. They acknowledge what they did. They don't wait for you to pretend it didn't happen. 3. How they behave when you're struggling. Performing. They're supportive when your struggle is manageable and doesn't require much from them. But when your struggle is heavy, when you're depressed, anxious, difficult to be around for weeks, they start to distance. They become busy. They offer advice instead of presence. They make it subtly about how your struggle affects them. Capable. They show up differently for different struggles. Nobody's perfect at all of them. But they stay. They ask what you need rather than assuming. They don't make you manage their discomfort about your pain on top of the pain itself. 4. How they handle being wrong. Watch this one most carefully. Performing. They cannot be wrong without it threatening their entire self-image. When you point out something they did that hurt you, even gently, even carefully, they immediately reframe it as your misinterpretation, your sensitivity, your pattern. They say, "I'm sorry you felt that way," and consider the matter closed. They never actually change the behavior. This is the single most reliable indicator of performed security. Capable. They can say, "You're right, I did that, I'm sorry," without it collapsing them. Not every time perfectly, but the capacity exists. And when they apologize, the behavior actually shifts. Not perfectly, but it shifts. 5. How they behave over time. The final test, performing. The pattern over months is inconsistent in a specific way. Not the hot cold of avoidance, but a gradual narrowing. The relationship slowly becomes about what's comfortable for them. Your needs get smaller. You stop asking for certain things because you've learned not to. You've adapted yourself to fit the performance's limits without realizing it. Capable. The relationship deepens over time. You feel more yourself, not less. You bring more of yourself forward because it keeps being received. The pattern is rupture, repair, slightly more trust. Rupture, repair, slightly more intimacy. The arc goes somewhere. Blue has done the work. She knows her attachment style. She knows her patterns. She's not chasing unavailable people anymore. So when Red enters, calm, consistent, warm, she thinks, "This is different. This is what I've been working toward. For the first 3 months, it is different." Red shows up, Red communicates, Red seems, by every early metric, stood secure. Then Blue has a hard week. Not a crisis, just a hard week. She's anxious, a little withdrawn, needs more than usual. And something shifts in Red. Not dramatically, subtly. He's a little less present, a little more advice-giving, a little less just there. When Blue names it, gently, carefully, Red says, "I'm just giving you space. I thought that's what you needed." And Blue, who has worked so hard on her own patterns, wonders, "Am I being anxious again? Am I asking for too much? Is this my old wiring?" Maybe. Or maybe Red just failed stress test 3, and Blue's body knew before her mind did. Here's the most important thing we can tell you about distinguishing performance from capacity. You are not looking for perfection. You are looking for repair. A securely attached person, or someone genuinely building towards security, will fail. They will say the wrong thing. They will get defensive. They will occasionally show up small when you needed them big. That is not the test. Everyone fails the test sometimes. The test is what happens next. Do they come back? Do they acknowledge it? Do they try differently next time? Not perfectly, but differently. Is there movement? The performer doesn't repair. The performer reframes, makes it your perception, your sensitivity, your issue. Over time, this leaves you smaller, more uncertain of your own reality, less trusting of your own perception. The capable person repairs, imperfectly, sometimes late, but they come back to the thing. They don't let ruptures calcify into resentment. And over time, this leaves you more yourself, not less. That is the test. Not how good it feels in month 1, how you feel about yourself in month 12. 7 videos, the full map of how love goes wrong and how it goes right. Subscribe for more new videos every week.